Do you need to scoot over some?
Maybe. I did wear a color that I felt like looked all right.
Yeah, this blue, we'll have to talk about blues because they might just be different altogether. I was thinking on my way down.
Well, blue's definitely cool.
I know, but most people have a kind of a warm skin tone. There aren't a lot of blue people.
Well, there's a point where you don't have to be like super strict. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so well, we're
good morning.
Hi, this is kind of different. Might not seem different to you, but it does seem different to us. Let me change this a little bit. Seems
so
like it's
I'm
at
Sue,
me, right? And I am Linda, and that
we're at
probably
the yarn
made it
bar.
worse. In Billings. So
it's the weekly video chat.
Yeah, surprise. So we're gonna take a little bit different format today. Basically, I'm going to tell you something you probably don't know about me. You know, but
are we going to chat for a minute?
Yeah.
Before we dive in.
Okay. All right.
We are pre-taping our weekly chat.
Right. Because
Linda's going to be gone in November.
The time that you actually see this, I'll probably be in Australia doing something fun with Hayden and Julian.
Yeah, visiting the family.
But
first we thought, well, let's just kind of, not do weekly chats because it's really complicated in different time zones. The split screen's not ideal.
Early morning for me is like afternoon for you.
But then the more we thought about it, it's like, I don't know, people really, I think, are used to kind of our weekly chat. Plus, we definitely don't want you to forget about us. God forbid.
I know. We're not easy to forget.
So we thought, okay, well, we could pre-tape some things and then just tell YouTube
so we've kind of thought about
a
few ideas, and the one that we're going to do today, I think, will be fun, but disclaimer, we're not like paid professionals.
Right.
So
but we think it might be a good one. I think good advice for all of us.
Right. So basically, a little tidbit about me is before I even started knitting, I used to sell a brand of makeup called Beauty Control. It was a makeup and
wait, did you start that when you lived in Albuquerque?
I found it in Albuquerque. Like, I found it for the first time, but I didn't like start doing it till we were here in Billings.
Okay.
But basically, Beauty Control was on the premise that they had their skincare, but then they had makeup, and everything was it was all the color analysis. So I did a lot of color analysis back in the day, and the premise is when you're wearing the right colors, you're going to look your best, you're going to feel your best. It's easy to pick out. Easier to choose things when you're shopping.
So did Beauty Control, like a Beauty Control party or whatever, you talked about the makeup, but you also talked about people's colors?
Yeah, I would say the first thing that we did was we would do colors because it would determine what kind of makeup you would wear if you were going to be wearing makeup more on the cool side or the warm side.
Okay.
So that was back in the 80s.
So they
didn't pioneer it, though, I will say. I don't know who did, but I mean, they jumped on board. That was the color analysis train back then. There was a few places that did it.
I remember people talking about your colors, like winter, spring, summer, fall. What are you? And I never did that. I never had anyone do my colors or whatever, and I always felt sort of left out, but sort of like, oh well.
I think people innately will wear what does look good on them, although there are some people I know that will wear exclusively black. Black doesn't really look good on everyone. I know there's some businesses out there where that's their uniform, but not everybody looks great in black. But I think if you can find generally the colors that look good on you, and I think you'll be a lot happier, especially like in the knitting world. You're finding we've got so many colors in the shop, and it's hard to choose sometimes, but if you can narrow it down, that's really, I think,
my thought about this little episode is that if you're investing the time to knit something for yourself, whether it's, just a cowl, a hat, a scarf, something that's by your face, or a sweater, then you want it, obviously to flatter your
Right.
tones and be the right color. So I think that's useful. Also, if you're going to make something for someone else,
Right.
if there's a little bit of info that you can come away with, just about all of that in
Right.
general. Because I was thinking, I wonder what is Mike? Like, is he a winter spring? Anyway, so like your whole family, we could talk about. so we're gonna just kind of use some yarn
Well,
to provide.
right.
And again, instinctively, I think a lot of people do
Do
kind
know.
of know what looks good on, what colors you like are usually colors
Yeah,
that you
they
look good
they
in.
feel good about.
Yeah.
One thing I like to say about, so there are 4 seasons that someone has said. So it's autumn, spring, summer, and winter. I don't think you can see all of our display right here, but the nice thing about that is it's sort of the winter and autumn are probably the more intense colors, and then spring and summer are soft. So one thing that I've always sort of equated it with was winter and autumn are more like a oil painting. They're really intense colors, and really saturated, and that's
Okay.
a big note for that. But then spring and summer are more like a watercolor painting. They're going to be softer. The overall look is softer. So that is kind of, and generally speaking, in the world of generalities, autumn is probably going to be more like your really intense warm colors. So they're just going to be a lot more saturated for that person that's maybe a natural redhead.
Okay.
That's probably pretty indicative. So, and then winter, is going to be colors that are more cool, like really intense cool.
Okay.
And generally, again, someone that has really dark hair.
Okay.
And I know that there are companies out there that do a lot more intensive color analysis, and so they may not agree with everything that I say, but as a general rule, if you have really dark black hair, you're probably going to be a winter. And one person in our store that works with us, Connie, like you can always say Connie is a winter. She's going to wear these. This is the colors that she gravitates to. But then, like Becky, I'm still a little off on the fence with her because she has kind of a dishwater blonde hair. And so she generally will wear, I think, colors kind of like a summer. So she always wears some of these more muted tones, but I feel like sometimes she can do the spring too. They're a little bit more
watercolor.
Yeah, she's definitely watercolor. You won't see her wearing too much black or any really intense colors next to her skin. You'll never see that. But like me, I feel like in the past, my first color analysis, they told me I was winter. And but the thing is I never wanted to be a winter. I want to be an autumn. It's sort of like Harry Potter, right? They wanted him to be Slytherin.
Oh yeah.
But he really wanted to be Gryffindor. So really, as a winter, and I wore a winter color. A really clear, cool tones, really deep, saturated, and some, I just love. So I'd wear that. But in reality, I really love autumn. I dye my hair. Like, unfortunately, it's not dyed right now, so I'm going gray. But I really love those intense colors. But so if I was to, we've talked a lot, like colors that you innately wear. You don't always wear this color. Like, I would say winter for Sue, and she, I think, looks really good in like the primary colors, and those are those really nice intense reds and blues. I do think teals are this is another good one. Teals are really a good crossover color. So because it has reds in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it has, what am I saying? Is that right? Blue. This blue is green and blue.
Mm-hmm.
So green is warm, blue is cool. So put them together. I think it's just a great color that all over a lot of people could wear. And so same with this kind of color. This would be a great soft color for, you know, a spring color, spring person, and a summer person. So,
so back in the day, the color analysis, or even today, you can like Google it, I think.
oh yeah.
So you're supposed to plug in, you know, your hair color, eye color. What else?
Probably your like skin tone, like if you get really ruddy, like if you're really pink when you blush,
Okay.
or if you get really peachy when you blush. That's
okay.
going to make a big difference. But some people do color analysis and they cover up their whole hair.
Oh, really?
So they try not to put that in the mix. And I think in a world where we're coloring our hair all the time, that really does. It does. Like
yeah.
okay. I brought a picture of myself from high school. This is Linda. And I think this has warmed up. Like I think the picture is kind of faded a bit, you know, changed color. But I really was a brunette.
Uh-huh.
But my mom was this redhead, and I just like, why didn't nobody in our family except a boy who doesn't care got their red hair? So, here's another one I got. This one I think I already started henna-ing my hair.
Oh, okay.
This was a Halloween in college.
You were going red.
I was going punk there, yeah.
Red. Okay.
So we've kind of put together a few colors that we thought might go into the realm of each season. So, and we also have some gals back here demonstrating sweaters in the different seasons. So this one right here would actually be an autumn. It's a pretty intense warm color. And so when you look at someone and their overall, what they're wearing, their hair, whatever, you want to have one overall look, because the goal is to look at you in your eyes, like to see you, not just what you're wearing. So it's so much nicer to hear you look great today. It's fun to hear, I love your sweater, whatever, but when you have that overall, you know, confident look on the whole body, that's so a beautiful redhead would look gorgeous in this. And then this would be spring. So still on the warm side, but on that softer watercolor side.
Okay.
This would be a nice medium blue. So spring, this would be a great color for a spring. Someone with...
Wait, I thought you said that was spring.
No, I'm sorry. This is spring. This is summer.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, summer. So this is
It's reading kind of dark back in the light,
but it is more of a medium blue.
So
really.
Nancy made this. Is she a summer?
She is.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Well,
good job, Nancy.
She's a summer or spring. I mean, I don't know people, so I can't like peg unless you know you've really had it done. But this is going to be. I feel like if you're spring and summer and you're that watercolor look, you could probably get away with a crossover, as long as you stay in that same tone where you're not really overwhelming.
On my way, because I'm wearing, this is probably like, I like denim blue. I think looks good on a lot of people.
But I don't really love wearing denim blue up close to my face.
Really? I think you look pretty good in blue.
I like some blues, but not denim blue.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the purple is definitely a winter. She's caught up here. Oopsies. Hello. So definitely a very intense purple. This part's not going to matter too much because this is going to be the part that's right up to your face. So Connie would look gorgeous in that.
Yeah.
So in the realm of yarns here, so I kind of gathered up a few things for, like, we'll start here. This is your autumn, so you can hold that. These are all colors that an autumn will look really nice in. So we've got your super intense, warm oil painting colors. This one, even though it has a little bit of black, this is from Malabrigo. You've got the warm red in that. So the greens are always going to be good because obviously there's yellow in that. These are good, yep. And that one's a good crossover too for spring. But this is a nice variegated color that's definitely going to be good for an autumn. You still have all of the autumn colors in there, so
Nice for a scarf.
yep. Yep. And
Or a
I
Lento
noticed
sweater.
that North Bay fibers, generally, I've looked at all of the colors. I will say, if you're warm autumn, you're going to love this line because all of the colors will flatter you. So, I found that true of a couple of yarns. So for spring, we've got warmer, lighter, like even this red, and I feel like this red could go autumn too. So, but this is definitely a nice spring. And then we've got these really nice warmer tones. Even a light lavender will be all right with the spring. Yep, that definitely will do it. Yep, yep. And this is another example of a great color for a spring. You've got your camo green, that's nice, and you still have all of those, so that's going to be really good.
Pretty, pretty. And those, did you show those?
Yep, I just did.
Okay.
Yep. And then we've got your spring. Spring's got.
You mean summer?
I'm sorry, I get mixed up. I can't. My mouth just speaks before my brain. So these are all summer colors. So it looks overall light, but you can still add in some of these deeper. That one stays there. The red.
So this Kelly green.
Right, the Kelly green. This more bluey blue. Like, I love that. I just don't love the denim color. I feel like maybe it's a little dirty. So that's why I like the clearer colors. So lavenders, ecru's, grays are going to be really good. This I think is totally Becky right there. She'll look really pretty in that. So, and she feels super comfortable. Yeah. And then winters are those deep, saturated jewel tones. So all of these, and black. Like the winter can wear black really, really well.
Okay.
So, and that really intense, like cobalt color is gonna look really good. Like, I've worn this kind of color before, but I feel like maybe it's a little bit too, like, imposing. Like, I feel like that's all I want to look at is the color. So the goal is to look at the whole picture. So the line that I think is really good for winters, I decided, was this Mirasol Chusku. So almost all the colors in that line are really for, well, I think Sue would look great in it, but I like it too. So
I like all these colors except there's a funny celery green.
Yeah,
don't love
there
that one.
is, but that would good to go into the autumn section.
Okay, so for people who love, I mean, I love all colors, and I do love these pastels, but they're not. I shouldn't be wearing them like baby pink. Oh my gosh, I love those. But to get around that, make blankets.
Right. Or like do something like this. Because a color work sweater.
Right.
You can keep that color that's really good for you up towards the top, and then you can use those secondary colors that you like in the color work.
Yeah.
So,
and then I was thinking about, back in the day, I think there are still some men who are dressing pretty traditionally with like, Oxford shirts or, shirts and a jacket or something. But traditionally, those men's, that was like pastel blue
or
white.
even a white shirt does not look good on everybody.
Right.
I would say an off-white shirt's going to be better for like a ginger.
Yeah, some people. So anyway, but you could punch that up with it. Back in the day, you would punch that up with a tie.
Yep.
And change up the look. So I don't know. Anyway, interesting. I know in Billings there is somebody who's doing that whole.
I don't remember her first name, but the name of her business is House of Color. It's House, and then of Color, COLOUR. So and she'll do the whole full-on color analysis, and she'll also do personal styling and helping you choose wardrobes and stuff, which I used to do that.
Okay, fun.
Yeah, personal shopping. You know me, I love to help people shop.
Yes. Well,
Still do.
That is interesting because you used to go to your, local boutique and have your favorite salesperson. In many cases, that was Linda.
Yep.
Help you. So anyway, I think maybe as people are just sitting at home on their couch and shopping on Amazon or whatever, they might.
It's really hard. It's hard to choose colors online.
Yeah.
It really is, unless you've seen it in person. So I do think coming in to see your favorite yarn store, your yarns at your favorite yarn store,
of course,
is a lot better to choose things. So, but if you can just keep those things in mind, so they're not cut and dry. You're gonna see me wear autumn colors. You're gonna see me see winter colors. So. And I think same with you, but you generally will wear cool colors. Like, I haven't seen you wear too many. I mean, you have that brown sweater, but it's in a deeper tone, so it's definitely your ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, so take it with a grain of salt or take it seriously. I think either way, you'll find there is a way to find a color that, is going to look good on you pretty consistently. So if you have any questions, you can come and see us.
Well, and a lot of people, we've got great mirrors in here and some different lighting. So people always are like holding something up and, in looking in a mirror to help. And I don't know, it's kind of human nature, but we just thought we would throw this out there for those who are interested.
Yeah. So we'll come up with another plan for the next one. So anyway, we hope you guys have a great week.
Yep.
And we will see you soon.
Thanks for watching.